Welcome to the next installment of CIO Career Coach. This season, we're reviewing the competencies that today's most successful CIOs are using to lead IT in the digital age. Today, we're talking about how to turn your business partners from naive and begrudging consumers of IT into engaged, enthusiastic IT investors. For the longest time, I would talk to CIOs who complained that their business partners thought that IT was free. The business would have a need, tell IT all about it, and then be relatively oblivious about the true costs of the technology solutions that IT provided. What's more, after the implementation, the business partner who requested the solution would fail to look back to determine if the business bang was worth the IT investment buck. The business's general lack of understanding of the true costs and results of IT, these CIOs found, created major problems in performance, business impact, and IT credibility. But at the same time, when these same business partners receive a monthly chargeback from the IT organization, they complain that IT costs too much. Since they do not really understand the costs of IT, and they are not empowered to direct IT spending, they assume they can get better service from outside vendors. They devalue their own IT organization. Bruce Hoffmeister, CIO of Marriott International, sums it up well. He says, when you're building a new hotel, it's pretty easy to understand the costs. You have to buy a piece of land, dig a foundation, pay carpenters, plumbers, and electricians, and you can see the building going up. But then you turn around to IT and ask them to develop new software. There might be a huge team of developers working on the project overseas, but you can't see them. IT work is not nearly as tangible as a building is, so it's easier to decide that you want it to cost less. To solve the "if I can't see it, then I devalue it" problem, the senior team at Marriott looks at projects holistically. IT and functional leaders build business cases that combine technology costs, people costs, and other material costs into one investment plan. To quote Bruce again, everyone is aware of what it will cost to deliver the project and has a voice as to whether they believe it is worth it. Because the functional leaders are just as accountable for costs and outcomes as IT leaders, our conversations about IT spend have shifted from cost to value. When Joe Spagnoletti was CIO of Campbell Soup Company, he used the concept of investment management to change IT from an order-taking model to a demand-driven model. He and his senior team developed a new model where IT and its partners conceptualize IT as an investment portfolio, and where the investors are always making trade-offs about how to balance the portfolio. The new perspective allowed Joe and his executive peers to shift from focusing on IT costs to focusing on business outcomes. To get to this business outcome nirvana, Joe and his team had to change a long-held cultural mindset. To quote him, "In their personal lives, our business partners have investment brokers, and they ask them, 'How is my current portfolio doing?' before they make more investment decisions. We are bringing that view to our service owners. We show them how their current portfolio is performing, so they think, in a silo, this one investment looks good, but how does it look as a part of a collection?" By exposing Campbell's business leaders to all of the factors that go into an IT investment decision, Joe gave them more accountability for those decisions. As Joe says, technology decisions should be made where the value is realized. If the value is realized on the supply chain floor, then supply chain leaders have to own those IT investment decisions. Now, whenever I talk about creating an investment management mindset around the IT budget, CIOs agree in theory, but they get all hot and bothered when it comes to applying the theory. They say things like, when you hand IT investments to P&L leaders, you lose control and shadow IT gets worse. Or, run the business investments are my responsibility. Why would I involve my business leaders? These impassioned points are all very well taken. There are trade-offs in every structured approach to investing those precious IT dollars. Whether you go all in and bake every single IT cost, even infrastructure, into a P&L? Or whether you give your business partners accountability for capital investments alone, the key point is this: in the digital era, we are all working in businesses where IT no longer simply enables business strategy, it influences and even defines it. This means that the IT budget is not IT's alone, nor does it belong solely to line of business leaders. The IT budget is the company's budget, and it is the job of the CIO to define the model that will turn that concept into a reality. Next up, becoming an enterprise leader.